I am right now in the Portland, Oregon, downtown McDonald's. There it is right there. And that right there is the nigger that they sent to represent Gabriel Franklin. Gabriel Franklin sexually assaulted me last night on 3 different places. I had a message on here to upload for the American people that I preached yesterday. I'm talking about right there. I don't want that shit. That shit is as ugly as sin. And she's right there. I don't want that right there. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. They sent her in here to start trouble, and I don't want nothing to do with that shit. And behind me, I guess you could thought there was another white boy, all dressed up, good-looking white boy, all dressed up in a gray suit. I don't want that shit. As soon as I walked in, they had a female tell me, hi, hon, which is what I did yesterday which is what I did yesterday. I don't want that shit. They know I don't want that shit. You Franklin knows I hate his mother, and that's what the European community has brought in. Everybody knows I can't stand looking at that type of community. You know, they all know that shit is the culture. That shit is the culture. And that over there, that's the same Haitian woman. That's another one right there. They bring them in here. And those are the people that they use to sexually assault. Those are the people that they use to, wherever you sleep at night. They did it at Operation Night. And I walked in after going to the store. After going to the store and buying this, why don't you go to your black skin man and fuck them and go to them? I don't want that shit. Anyway, I'm a yellow man. I don't want nothing darker than me. I'm talking back to them because they're using this nigga to come on to me, and I'm not into this fucking mess. I can't stand it. Anyway, I'm pissed off. I'm really fucking angry because of what they do and what they do. They erased the message that I did yesterday. They sexually assaulted me 3 times. This is bullshit. It's total bullshit that this African community of wicked homosexuals and Klansmen are deliberately doing this. And, they call themselves Christian establishment. They're not fucking Christians. They're a bunch of devils. A bunch of black devils and white slaves in this fucking country. The message was a valid message. McCarthy had it removed. The homosexuals had it removed. I have no idea who followed me where and waited till I went to sleep and took the message. These fucking dirty ass white boys, nasty motherfuckers, asking me to have sex with them at taboos last night. I said no, I don't want it. And these black skinned women. This is my situation. With dirty, filthy white boys representing Duclairon'S and nasty niggas like that are all around in the city, wanting to fuck me. That's all I'm getting is fuck. I can't do ministry. I can't do it in any apartment complex. I can't go in there. I'm being fucked and raped everywhere. It's like every single day. It's the same agenda. Fuck Kevin. 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 Here's the black skin woman. Here you go fucking. Here's a sweet ear. Suck his dick. I mean, it's like, what kind of life is that in life? You know what I'm saying? It's like a Sunday morning, and I used to go to church every Sunday. Now there is no church to go to. The message would have been a hit. Well, anyway, as I was saying about the message, I told them about invading. I asked them, how is it that you invaded the country, and how is it that you became what you became? And I told them, well, behind slavery was the sovereignty of God that complete control over the fact that these people were brought here, and that they don't need to be afraid because nobody's after their country. Nobody wants their country. Nobody's after their land, God gave it to them. And I told them that what they should have been invading is heaven, right? Invade all of heaven the same way you invaded America. That's what you should say. Call them to repent and salvation. One Jew responded twice, and that was it. I was sick to my stomach. I think I had talked about yesterday. I went to Union Gospel Mission. There was an event there. They gave me this booklet, and in the booklet they had different outfits for pants and shirts and socks and jackets and all sorts of stuff. They had food there. When I got online to pick up a ticket, they didn't give me my life ticket, which should have been 140. They gave me ticket number 10. I didn't think about it, that the ticket that they had given me was Gabriel Franklin to the gay community's ticket. It didn't even dawn on me. I thought they would be honest. They would be dishonest. They gave me the ticket in exchange for sex. So all the time I was online, getting food and getting clothes, these people are talking to me about homosexuality, and the homosexuality is supposed to lead me to me getting fucked by these African women. Representing Gabriel Franklin. They all want to be a Gabriel Franklin. If they're dark-skinned, they're Gabriel Franklin. If they got glasses on, they're Gabriel Franklin. If they're bald-headed, they're Gabriel Franklin. If they're tall, they're Gabriel. If they're short, they have no connection to this woman. But this woman is a dog and a devil in every single African. And every single white boy who's skinny and who's got a long face is supposed to be a Gabriel Franklin. I didn't see them in the background. So as I went through the line, I didn't even see, the plot that was, underneath it all. Well, anyway, I got in there, got all the stuff. After I was done getting all the food and the clothing and things, I went around to get food again because there was a second ticket. When I got there, I ran into a woman with trouble, and she basically let me have it, and I couldn't get the food the second time, so I went up to the Union Gospel, the Portland Rescue Mission, to use the bathroom. They invited me to get some food at the Union Gospel Mission, Portland Rescue Mission. The event was Union Gospel Mission, but then I switched to Portland Rescue Mission, and when I got to Portland Rescue Mission, they had it all set up like they were serving lunch, and they had chicken, and they got potato salad, and greens, and salad, and all sorts of other stuff. I was the only one in there eating. The chicken was contaminated. It had something in it that literally made me sick. And this morning I'm sick to my stomach because of it. So here I am eating this chicken. Well, I ate one piece out of the 10, 11 pieces. I went back twice. Actually, I went once. They had a kid there, totally disrespectful, an Asian kid, and the Asian was not. They were not in support of me being there and getting all this stuff for free. That's what led to the message. It was the fact that they started judging me because I wouldn't agree to have sex with them at the Union Gospel Mission event. And they had a bunch of homosexuals from Taboo, men that I had recognized at Taboo, who I probably fucked at Taboo, who I probably had contact with at Taboo, because they won't leave me alone. They won't stop chasing after me, even as I'm talking to you. Listen. Okay, she's talking to them. She's talking to them. Same issue. but indirectly. So, you know, it's like double talking. And so this is what's going on right now. Anyway, I went to the, after leaving the Portland Rescue Mission, I go to Tigard. All the way to Tigard, I'm followed there. I get knocked out on the bus. They sexually assaulted me on the bus, and they sabotaged some of my stuff. After, you know, as soon as I got off the bus, I mean, I was stopped all the way, you know, on the bus. At the Portland Rescue Mission, I told you she's one of them. She just said no. You know, she's one of those fucking rapists. You know, she's one of those maced African women. I despise those women. You know, they're a bunch of devils. Fucking black and white devils in this country. Anyway, after leaving the Portland Rescue Mission, I get on the bus. They're on the bus. They assaulted me on the bus. I blacked out because whatever was in that chicken knocked me out, right? And my eyes were heavy, watering and burning, and after leaving, so I was knocked out. When I woke up on the bus, there were 3 white Koreans in there. I mean, big guys, you know, 6'3", 6'3", 6'4". I don't know how big they were, but anyway, they, you know, and as soon as I laid my eyes on them, I knew there was trouble. So I was escorted to Tigard. They had some people come in, some younger guys, violent guys. This is the Klan doing this. Because I had gotten everything that was in the voucher, the jackets, the clothes, the food, and the hygiene kit. Because of that, this is how they, I mean, all the other homeless, they didn't get nothing. Me, they treated me like shit, like I was committing a crime or something, you know. This is supposed to be an event to help the poor, and I'm not allowed to claim to be poor. I gotta be a homosexual. I gotta be sucking dick. I gotta get fucked, you know. And it's like, they don't want me to claim to be poor, and that is what I am. I'm from the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and they're telling me I can't be a poor man. I can't claim poverty. I gotta claim homosexuality and suck the dick of these dirty, filthy, HIV-infected homosexuals and get fucked by these younger women. You know, I mean, it's like, no, you can't be poor and you can't claim poverty. I gotta get fucked by these people. And I said, no, you know, this isn't the time and the place or the event, you know, where you talk about sex with men or sex with women or sex with anybody. They had a bunch of beautiful white women there to entice us, you know, and I think that's, and all of us who are homeless are being held down and kept down by the Klan and by the good community and by people, you know, members of our families, so that we could be fucking molested. It's not just me, it's the whole group of us, the 300, 400, 500 of us that was online, you know, waiting for food. I mean, this is how the government is treating us and dealing with us, you know, not as poor people, but as homosexuals and forcing us in that direction. At least for me, that was the emphasis. Anyway, because I had run into one of the men there that I'd seen him before, the day before, as a matter of fact, and I wouldn't touch him, and I wouldn't go near him, and so I walked away. I had to give it to somebody else. This is how they're dealing with us Christians, America. This is how they're dealing with us in every establishment, the poor establishment, you know, the establishments where the poor is supposed to be helped, they're being fucked. The establishments where the poor are supposed to be assisted, they're being raped and molested. This is, you know, and who's doing it? Church leaders, Klan leaders, gay leaders, U.S. American leaders. I mean, you know, this is probably one of the worst videos I've ever produced, where there's yelling and cursing, and I'm dealing with the devil, and I'm trying to tell you what's going on, but I'm also dealing with the devil at the same time. Anyway, and it's all indirect. You know, none of it is direct. All of it is indirect. Anyway, I got on the bus to Tigard. When I woke up, they were there. I had to defend myself and remind them of the monopoly that we have in this country. You know, as English American people, I had to remind them of the monopolies that came out of England. You know, they own Australia and they own all the English-speaking countries. You know, Alaska and Hawaii, Jamaica, the Caribbean. I mean, you know, apart from America, these are the other countries that, you know, they racked up. You know, they racked up in taking control over other people's lands, and that's what saved my hide. You know, and I was able to get off the bus. As soon as I got off the bus, they hit me 3 times with 3 Haitian representatives. Probably one of them was my mother. The other one was Sandra Victor Running. Another one was, I don't know who the third one was, but they basically told me that there was judgment expected coming. I got off the bus, went into the storage facility, dropped off the stuff, and even when I was there, they were in the storage facility watching me, and they drove by twice to see what was in my storage locker. I left and went back to the bus stop. Again, they were waiting for me there. A third group. I mean, well, not a third group, but they had an African American woman waiting for me there. After the African American woman, after I dealt with her as a Haitian, I spoke to her in Haitian, wanted to speak to know whether or not she was wearing a wig, so she was covered up. I couldn't tell who she was. She wasn't a little girl, she wasn't probably in her mid-20s. There was a plot, I don't know what was plotted. I guess an attack of some sort. Anyway, when they saw how I responded toward her, they said the players wanted to come out. He was a mulatto, white skin. But you can tell that he had some sort of African heritage in him. I don't know what he said to her. I called her with me. She got up and left. They sent another candidate to come in. He came. He sat down. And I kept on talking in Haitian, defending my position because I didn't understand why I was being judged or stopped. Anyway, I got on the bus. I don't remember what happened. They were out. I got off the bus at the PSU. And they completely came out again. They wouldn't stop coming out. So the stuff that I had taken, the food, the banana, the orange, the ketchup and little things that I had taken, socks, hats, gloves, scarf. I mean, I tore it all up and threw it in the trash. And all the time I was doing it, they kept conforming into twos. I don't know who they were. They were white women, and behind them were white men, Klansmen or black men. And so I was trying to sabotage and reverse everything that had happened at the Union Gospel event, trying to get rid of all of this stuff because these people didn't approve of the fact that as a poor Haitian man, I was not allowed to have any of that stuff unless I was in agreement with having sex with these homosexuals. So they took the message and they erased the message that I gave to them. After I dealt with it, this is all the information that I didn't give to them last night. All the information that I didn't give to them as I was preaching. And so I brought out initially what the real issue was, which is the fact that these people, they're petty about all of this petty stuff that they're doing. You can't, we're the Ku Klux Klan and we're providing the food, we're providing the shelter, we're providing this, you need to submit to us as homosexuals. This is the petty stuff that they want us to focus on. We're white and we've got all this food, look at all that we did for you, and all this petty stuff. And I'm going, well, look at all the chicken that's in the farmhouse, look at all the cows that are on the hills, look at all the rice and the beans and the corn, look at all the stuff that God has provided for you, and He's not as petty, and He's not asking you to suck His dick. God is not asking you to do any of that. But yet you people are sitting there chasing me and chasing the rest of the homeless because you want us to suck your dick for a pair of pants, for a jacket, you want us to suck your dick for a cup of coffee. I mean, you brought us down to homelessness, you kept us homeless, now you want us to suck your dick and have sex with your nasty butt. And we're sick to our stomach. And this is how you treat us. This is what I kept out of the message yesterday. This is what I would not tell them to their face in public. So I gave them a solid message instead, bringing it to a level where God has something to say, and to basically remind them that God is sovereign over all of the stuff, from the stuff that's going on the White House level all the way to the homeless level. We make, instead of focusing on the petty stuff of this world, instead of the petty stuff of this life, instead of the little things that they're crying over, a cup of coffee, 3 cups of coffee, now suck my dick. 3 cups of coffee, suck my dick. That's basically what they're doing to the homeless and to the Christians, church. So anyway, when they say it's free, it's not really free. It's you that have to have sex with them. And they've got a whole line of people that, you have to have sex with. And I don't understand this. And I'm thinking, well, we're supposed to be taking care of the poor. Jesus fed the homeless, but He never took off His trousers once. What is this? Anyway, I get on the train and I get to the library, and when I get to the library, it's the same thing all over again. And they set it up, just like when they gave me the ticket number 10, where this is the whole thing began. And here's the other thing: I had just produced, when I got online, I had just come from TPI, right, and dealt with Gabriel Perkins sexually assaulting me the night before, I don't know, 2 or 3 different times. So this is an ongoing thing. It just goes from establishment to establishment. All the homeless establishments are involved. All the apartment complexes are involved. All the U.S. government is involved. All the churches are involved. It's Sunday morning, and I don't even have a place to go worship. Why? Because this is a sin that is raging inside of the American people. They don't understand that God is offended by their sin. God is offended by the wickedness of their sin. You know, and they go into this mode of we're Americans and we can do whatever we want, and you know, and they get to that mentality of, you know, we can do what we want and how we want and wherever we want, and they forget that God is behind everything. You know, even the breath of their life, God is behind. They forget that God is the reason why they were brought into this introduction, you know, called life, and God is the one that's going to judge them. And I told them, well, instead of invading countries, why don't you invade heaven? Instead of invading lands like Iraq and Afghanistan and America and Hawaii and Alaska and those places, why don't you invade heaven? And the only way to invade heaven is through Jesus Christ. They didn't take the message. They didn't even believe that God was talking to them. They didn't even believe that that's what God is saying in the scriptures. You know, come to my son. You know, and how do you do it? Instead of, you know, put away your guns and put away your bullets and your bombs. Instead, pick up the Bible, the Word of God. I didn't have a copy of it. Well, I did have a copy of it on me. I guess they removed the Bible. I had a copy of the scriptures. This is the scriptures that I teach right here. This is the word that I preached from yesterday. You know, I quoted the scriptures, but I didn't open the Bible to speak. Anyway, after preaching, I went to the store, the dollar store, got the medication. After the medication, I went to Operation Night Watch, where it started all over again. I was sexually assaulted because I walked in and I saw this pretty girl. And before seeing the doctor who gave me this medication right here, I'll show you the medication that he gave me for the sickness that came upon me out of nowhere. This is the medication that he gave me. He gave me this, nitro and Deletion, right? And I needed somebody to watch my cup of soup, right? This is my cup of soup. I had a cup of soup and a cup of tea, and I wanted the girl, you know, I was playing with her, and I said to her, you know, God, you're so beautiful, I want to marry you, and would you mind please watching my tea and my cup of soup? Well, they made a big deal out of it, and decided to tell the girl that whatever I said to her was, you know, was to go to Gabriel, and whatever Gabriel's response is, you know, she can give it to me. And so she was, all of a sudden, she's been turned into the go-between between me and Gabriel, when there was no conversation with Gabriel to begin with, right? I was never talking to Gabriel, I was talking to the girl, I was playing with her. She was a young, probably college student, and they made it into some big deal. And after that, they sexually assaulted me in the building, and 2 more times. So now this morning, this is where we're at with what's going on. They erased the message, they erased my photographs, they erased everything. So this is John MacArthur's doing it, and all the wickedness of this thing. I don't know what you people are going to do in this country, but, you know, it's called evil catches on like wildfire. But the holiness of God and the sanctification of the church, and no, they don't want it. They don't want God and His holiness. They don't want God and His scriptures. They don't want God, period. All they want is hell. All they want is hell, hell, and hell. You know, they want to burn in hell. They want to suffer in hell. They want to go to hell, and they want to tell God, fuck you, we'd rather go to hell than to enter into the kingdom and to trust in your Son. In other words, the message is not real. The message is not effective. The message is not real enough. You know what I'm saying? I walk into McDonald's and they're talking about suicide, and I say, you know what? I don't believe in suicide. I don't believe that people actually go and take their lives. I think people are murdered. People are taken advantage of. People are butchered. People are given, you know, drugs to kill them and to take their lives. People suffer, right? People suffer the consequence of people's sins. I mean, you know, people are under the gun. Girls who they commit suicide are being raped by their own fathers and their own brothers and their own grandfathers. Boys who say they commit suicide, you know, even if they pull the trigger, it's because it's what the clan or the gay community or people are doing to them. If people take their lives, it is because of the evil that is being done to them. And we focus more on the suicide, not on the evil that's being done to them. We don't focus on the fact that, you know, men and women are being taken advantage of. Men and women are being destroyed. Wickedness precedes righteousness in this land. And, you know, jump on the bandwagon of homosexuality, jump on the bandwagon of wickedness. They said that there's going to be some march out in the streets, meeting at waterfront park. This time I'm not going, and it's on suicide. I don't believe it, because those people those people, it's not suicide, it's murder. You know what I mean? It's like Sodom and Gomorrah. And when you don't want to have sex with a sodomite, what did they do to Lot? Right? The Bible talks about Lot and how Lot was, you know, they came and they knocked on Lot's door, right? Just Lot and his wife and his two daughters. And look at the response of the city of Sodom in the Gomorrah as a result of Lot's position, which God gave to him. Right? I'm like a Lot in this, you know, and this is what I'm dealing with in this age. And as soon as you even show a little bit of Jesus or a little bit of godliness, they lose it, right? As if you're faking it. It's like, why does it have to be fake? Why can't it be real? Isn't your stomach real? You know, the food that's digesting inside of you real? I mean, isn't the fact that you carried a child for 9 months real? Isn't the fact that you just buried a dead one real? And it's all part of what the Bible teaches about God and life, you know. And so, suicide is not somebody just taking their lives. You have to go back and ask, you know, who's doing this? You know, what are they doing to this man, this woman, this child? You know, that leads to them either taking their lives, or that leads to them being murdered, and then they're calling it suicide. Like, something is being done. You know, people are doing evil against each other. You know, since the beginning. Right? So, I'm not sure how to conclude this, and I don't know what the day's going to be like. As of right now, I've been excluded out of every church, excluded out of every congregation. Melinda gives me caution, and she tells me, don't go to this church or don't go to this establishment. And, you know, last Sunday I didn't go to church. I went to the Pearl Church and asked them for prayer. Now it's Sunday, all over again. I've been fighting these people all week long. Where do you go to fellowship? Because the fellowship is, you know, the clan and the gay community goes into the fellowship, and they remove the church, they remove the Christians, the Bible believers, and those who believe in God, and they take that position. And they're waiting for me to go in. They go from, as soon as, because they can read my mind, as soon as they know I'm going there, they replace the pastor, they protect the pastor, they replace the real congregants, and they put homosexuals representing gay boyfriends, lesbians who have the same face structure as gay boyfriends. They put Klansmen and Klanswomen and slave owners and slave makers, and before you know it, the entire congregation has been removed. The entire congregation has been switched. So you don't ever run into the church. You're running into the enemy himself, or herself, or the daughters and the sons of the enemy. So you're not dealing with born agains. You don't ever meet born agains. I don't think I've ever met a born again since the days of John MacArthur. I don't think I've ever met anybody in this country who believes and who actually teaches the scriptures. So this is what's going on right now. And the reason why they're talking is so that you don't hear the message. You don't hear what I'm saying to you. You know, directly ahead, directly above is and it's usually music that they play on the television. But as soon as they knew that I was doing this video, they switched so that you don't hear anything that I said. So I don't know what God is going to do for me this morning with this message. I don't know what they're going to do, but know that, you know, there's a message missing. The message that was given to you in the public, and here it is again today.